Well, that's the case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks it with a really long field ahead.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Lawrence starting with a throw. He's got his man. It's the rookie out of Colorado. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the gun, Lawrence has him on the quick hitter. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Lion. 11. Here we go.
Lawrence working from the gun. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Colts will take over. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. It's an option right that begins this drive. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Here's 2nd and 11. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. But at that deep...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. The Colts ready for the punt. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Takes it in at the 26. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt goes 63 yards. And it'll be Jaguars football. Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
Think right. Hey, go. Go. Hey, I'm gun.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Red on red.
Back to the well again. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Juju Brents with a stop. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Hey, let's go. Go, let's go. 13, Lou.
3rd down, Lawrence to throw. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. First time this game they've looked to him. And 4th and 4 coming up. Logan Cook on to punt. He has it at the 22. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. He manages 13 on this punt return. And it's going to be their football coming up. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Stopped by Foye Oluoku. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Finds Woods. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Catch made by Mitchell. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Short side option here. He's running left. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Sent to the ground by Mason Smith.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Chased out to his right. Took off with it again. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. Only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Oh.
He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 1. Short pass brought in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Here we go, shot!
So we're through one here in the AFC title game. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Time for the second quarter here, and the Colts are thinking points. Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
They'll throw again. Richardson has it in close. He has the Indianapolis touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Go, go! 11, again. Here we go, son.
From the shotgun, Lawrence hits his running back. And he's out of bounds past midfield. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down throw, Lawrence. It is cut left side. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Take right open, open. Hey, kill! Kill, Silver!
From the 42. Finds him over the middle. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Lisa 24. All right, here we go. Done. Silver.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now, 7 to go.
On red. 11. It's hot.
Back-to-back carries here. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Jaguar first down.
11. Here we go.
They give it to him again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars tie this game 7-7. On now is Cook to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. First and 10 now from the 30. Richardson now. On target to downs. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Option give to Taylor. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Chooses to bring this one out. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. After the pick, Richardson back to the air. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. From the 39. Throw left side, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's second. They're down to their final one in this half.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You could feel this defense right there on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Richardson back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
Trying again, following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Well, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Now Richardson to throw. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Everbank. It's the Colts in trouble on 4th and long. Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Hey, easy. Ralph.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
Think right.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. That's Thomas, he's got it. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Colts side of the field.
Read up 24. Read 24. Go.
From the 48. Completed over the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Well, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First down now, ball on the 39-yard line.
Hey, I'm gun. Go, let's go. Here we go, sir.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Taking a deep shot here. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars grow their lead just before halftime. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead, I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
On now is Cook to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Play action with Richardson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. Here we go, third and less than a yard. Throwing now, Richardson. Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. Timeout, Indianapolis. That's its second. First down throw here from Richardson. Stays in the pocket. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. So second down coming up.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Richardson now on second and 10. This one finds Taylor. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. The Colts take a timeout. That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
He sends this one to the end zone. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. They'll throw again, Richardson. They connect for the first. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Pass call along the sideline by Mitchell. And he takes this down to the 10 before hitting the sideline. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the red zone now. Quick slant complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting in the wings for whoever can finish this game out as we're back underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now. 60 back. 18 left. 18 left.
Richardson. He finds Woods. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works. They come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4. He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense is they're not bold. That was a bold decision. One, they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Forced out to his right. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and of course, is the throwaway.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's Richardson. Finds Woods. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They've got 1st down from the 31. He'll throw it yet again. Gets this to Woods. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd and 3 now. They'll throw it again. On target to Downs. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Buying some time left. It's caught at the 4. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Trying to get in with the option here. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That offensive line and that O-line coach got to look at those pictures and figure something out. Because you cannot let a defensive tackle defeat your block at the point of attack, or you're going to get a negative run time after time.
Here's Jake Moody for the field goal. A little more than a chip shot. This is 25 yards. Moody knocks it through. And that'll get him back to 11.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Struggling to center it. Oh, it's loose. Oh, no, and it bounces out of their own end zone. That's going to be a safety.
You know what? This game is hard. So sometimes catching a break or two in just the right circumstances is a big deal. Sideline could be your best friend as a runner because you lose the ball next to it, there's a good chance it could go harmlessly out of bounds.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, run! Red.
Lawrence working from the gun. Dumped off to his running back. He's contained at the line for no gain. Kenny Moore there to make the stop.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Think right. Silver.
They'll run here from the gun. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Hey, go. 30 left. 13 loop. Silver.
From the shotgun, Lawrence hits his running back. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Completed to his running back. And he's taken down at the 30.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Rip, 23.
First down throw, Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Only one frame remains before we see who's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. The Jaguars have the ball and the lead. Only one quarter from advancing in the postseason. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
On red.
Blown back, it's the handoff. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. That's good for 7 yards. And that's a Jaguar first down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Hey, hey, hey.
Running back sent in motion.
Here we go, sir.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. He brings it in. And this one doesn't go far.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Go, go. Red, red.
3rd down, Lawrence to throw. Escapes the puck. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't even have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Kickoff taken at the 3. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down.
19-9. Let's go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Unable to find Adonai Mitchell with that one. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
They'll throw again, Richardson. Rolling left, buying some time. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches.
Here we go.
They're going Taylor. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
Ready.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They go again with Taylor. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts get it back to within 2 possessions. It's an Adonai Mitchell touchdown. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. There was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he found his man.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised decision, but when you give your receiver a chance, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust your guys are better than theirs.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion. Silver.
Throwing now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them the chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Another carry for him. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Ready.
1st and 10 from the 41.
All right, let's go.
They'll send him over right.
Here we go.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Hey, I'm gun.
Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's not going to get much. A modest gain at best to the 41.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done?
24.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a fourth down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And they're facing a long field ahead of them as that kick skips out near the 11. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Finds a seam down the middle. Reaches the 40. 30. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. 1st and 10, got to score immediately here. Only one timeout left, and that clock winding down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they face 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. The Colts take a timeout. That's their last one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Richardson. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And don't leave just yet, fans. He's got it for the touchdown, and there's still a small chance, Brock, that this one isn't over. How quickly things can change, partner. The pain from being taken down that prior play, yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could have certainly used the pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw. He gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
Setting up to pass. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Devin Lloyd making the play. And the Jaguars make the play that should win them this game. Timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. Less than 25 seconds to go. This onside try is for the game. And the Jaguars recover the onside kick. That should all but clinch this victory for them.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. And they'll raise that Lamar Hunt Trophy high as champions of the AFC. And that earns them 2 more weeks of football until they head to the Bayou and fight for a Super Bowl. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.